Crysis 2 sees you take control of a $1 billion suit against an invasion of alien gelatins in New York City. That should be awesome, right? Well, why is it a game I can hardly remember? Some say curiosity killed the cat, but I needed to find out just how forgettable this game truly was. This is Off the Chest, and we're revisiting Crytek's Midlife Crysis. Released in 2011, it was my first experience in the Crysis universe. Crytek was the studio that got a kick out of flexing its muscles to make all PC gamers feel inferior. The original Crysis was a rite of passage for PC gamers. If your machine could run it, you were in with the master race, but everything was going to be fine. EA made a strategic move. They demanded that the series, once thought to be impossible to run on consoles. The muggles were in. I remember picking up a gaming mag, and what I actually find hilarious is that Crysis 2 sold the same number of copies as the original. Talk about infuriating your fanbase. As you can see, this is the 2021 remaster of Crysis 2. I know, another remaster. But I picked this one up on the cheap. I'm just hoping for a game that plays buttery smooth. I remember the PS3 version had some jitters. First things first, I wanted a full-blown anime power trip. So I started this puppy on Recruit. Damn right, give me that walk in the park. The opening cutscene starts with sports predictions. Then the channel switches to talking about some horrifying outbreak. Honestly, I would have turned that sucker back to sport. Now we jump to a submarine in the Hudson River. Where's the suit? You've gone first person. We play as Alcatraz. Yep, one of these marines sent in to escort Prophet. We're not escorting anything. Look at us. Why are we so lethargic? I'm not kidding you. Our first piece of gameplay is nodding our head. All the other marines are fine. The character building falls flat. Luckily, it lasts less than a minute before the sub gets attacked. We know the graphics are pretty, but this scene is gorgeous. That hallway is the cat's pyjamas. After several seconds of moving through tight spaces, we're already swimming. This small section gave me a migraine. I get they're going for realism. Going from my last FPS to this was intense. I finally got myself together and joined the team on the surface. So we sit there, doggy paddling, waiting for the enemy to attack, I guess. Our motley crew gets broken up. After the opening, I completely forgot they existed. But the star of the opening is Prophet. He comes in and slaps. The lines he delivers actually hit. Finally, a character we can root for. We're then greeted with the opening credits. Close panning shots of the suit. This is awesome. It reminds me of an early noughties action movie. Prophet sacrifices himself to give Alcatraz the suit. Not that we deserved it, we were just in the right place at the right time. The "Remember Me" line is powerful stuff. Now, we're in complete control. Well, not really. Gould calls us and begins giving us directions. I get what the game's doing. It's making us feel inferior before we get the suit. It's a passable opening. My first moment of combat, I dropped to my death. Power fantasy ruined through high expectations. This game wants you to be a good Boy Scout. In the first segment of the game, Gould is a pain in the ass.
This is our chance! This is it! Forget extraction! We have to jump on this!
Prophet, where are you, man?
He's nagging you all the time and wants you to rush. There's no timer, but the game is streamlined, the story is artificially simplified. Play it your own way. That was positive feedback from the first game. You had a tropical playground to operate in. Here, it's the illusion of space. All areas begin with a bottleneck and end with a bottleneck. Some areas are better than others, but come on, why show areas on the radar that you can't even get to? The gameplay is good, and it works. The suit can enter 2 modes, armour and stealth. Stealth mode is the standout feature, and sneaking through the camps is hilarious. For me, armour mode is there when stealth fails. I love from the off how easy it is to slip away from enemies, and the fluidity of going loud and then quiet is the standout mechanic of the game. The gunplay's solid, engaging in firefights, the weapons are fast and responsive. Throughout the campaign you can customise weapons painlessly to fit the situation you're engaging in, because you are the weapon. What I don't like is whenever you hit a loading screen, 9 times out of 10, you resume the game in a completely different place. Like we're sleepwalking. This is common in most other games, but not Crysis. In the original, it was a continuous adventure. It makes the campaign feel disjointed because it happens a lot. Almost every 20 minutes it's black screen, loading time, city map. Don't you love it when a game wants you to look at something? Press triangle, look at this. Just allow things to happen. If I see them, then great. Stop trying to hold my hand and let me get on with the damn game. The suit is the absolute selling point. You can of course upgrade your suit throughout the campaign, spending nanocrystals you collect from aliens. So Crysis 2 starts solidly, and the gameplay for the most part feels good. But there are cracks. Oh boy, there are cracks. Going into stealth is hilarious, but every time you do, your suit tells you. That is overkill. I didn't mind it the first time, but every time is just insane. The immersion comes into question later on when I shoot a wall with a rocket. I didn't think the wall would give way. It's not 2001's Red Faction, but at least I thought there'd be a scuff. The driving segment is uninspiring and messy, and I'm happy it only happens a couple of times. The story beats are kind of flat. They just don't make you feel anything. They mention they're gonna start shooting the infected. Yeah, okay, I've seen them. They look past saving anyway. We're introduced to Lockhart and Miss Strickland. One wants us dead, the other alive. They both want the suit. The only consolation is the helicopter journey will be awkward.
This conversation is over!
When you eventually get to Gould, the info dump is so tedious. And then the reveal happens, Gould finds out that you're not Prophet. In the confusion, the game decides to replay the "Remember Me" line 2 more times. Why? It's been less than 2 hours.
They used to call me Prophet. Remember me.
I forgive you.
This game is proving to be set-piece heavy. Aircraft flying through buildings, whole sections of freeways collapsing. I've seen comments online saying it's the Bay effect. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but Michael Bay would have added a tiny bit more colour. And one set piece that could have been exhilarating is when Gould says, "Get out of there, you're in a nest." I was expecting some insane chase with hundreds of bugs. That would have been epic. Instead, we do one jump, see a handful of bugs and everything is fine. Oh, and that illusion of space I was talking about. This sums it up perfectly. You're jumping along rooftops and there's only one right option. All the others lead to certain death. Or how about this, you're following a road with no deviation. These narrow lines of gameplay are the vanilla, streamlined crap I'd expect in a COD game, not a Crysis game. At some point you need to get your hands on some nanocrystals to upgrade the suit. And you'll want faster energy recharge and definitely the stealth enhancement. It's bug smashing time, because let's face it, the enemies shift for a while to only dealing with aliens. Look at how easy it is to stealth kill these aliens back to back. And what the hell is this one doing? Why is he standing so close? Then, the unthinkable happens. You begin babysitting the Marines. Working with them completely derails the flow of the campaign. Their introduction annoyed me. Gino pops up, you know, the guy from the beginning? Yeah, I couldn't remember him either.
The hell happened to you? Nice suit, man. That Fifth Avenue? You be shopping.
Why is he so sassy? Do the Marines not share intel? One guy calls us the suit guy. I just hate the fact that these guys hold up your playstyle. Everything is on their terms. It doesn't help that they almost flatten me in their Jeep. And they're so damn optimistic as well, saying they'll go and find whatever that noise is and kick its ass. That's all very amusing. The story gets annoying fast. There's an alien invasion, yet all the human characters are wrapped up in some boring melodrama. Why is Lockhart so pissy?
Got men all over for your ass, Tin Man. And here you are, already trussed and tied.
He forces us into this walk of shame. I get that we're not meant to like Lockhart, but he's so boring. He's nothing. Gould and Tara have this petty back and forth, and it's just not very interesting.
Yeah, well, my father's dead.
Even after we slip away for the first time, Lockhart keeps trying over and over again to capture us. And I don't even know why. This line from Hargreaves is a strange highlight.
You fools! The suit, you fools!
But you must see what I mean. There's an alien invasion and Lockhart is more bothered by me then the threat to life on Earth. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. What happened to that? I can't believe that when you sneak onto the island where Hargreaves and Lockhart are, you actually hear one of the Cell mercenaries say, "We should be worried about the invading aliens." Thank God, give that man a raise. I do like the part where Lockhart is shouting, "What do I pay you for?" while you easily sneak past his men. But yeah, I felt nothing when you throw Lockhart through a window to his death. It's all so pointless. Then Hargreaves betrays you. Everyone saw that coming. Tara is CIA and rescues you. Damn, Tara, that unarmed surgeon doing their job didn't deserve that. Approaching Hargreaves, I just felt like nobody cared about the invasion. Why should we care? Hargreaves is in some goo and finally, after more info dumping, tells us to stop them. You son of a bitch. Why this sudden change of heart? Oh, and Prophet is in the suit. Some things just happen and they're not game breaking, but look, the cutscene is cool, but after rewatching this clip, why does the helicopter go down? Nothing appears to be touching it. What the hell was the pilot on? It's like on occasions it says press X to start the game, but the game doesn't start. Fine, I'll watch the cutscene then. And even sometimes performing the melee won't work. What were they thinking, comparing this alien invasion to Star Wars?
Like out of those old Star Wars movies, or...
War of the Worlds is mentioned, I get that. But Star Wars? Are they serious? How did nobody think, oh wait, this is nothing like Star Wars? I feel like I've been overly negative towards a game that scored highly on Metacritic. There are things I really like. I love how the suit warns you about the electricity charged water. That's pretty cool. I love every time you get past a padlock, you just straight up atomize it. Man, that's a power trip. And you do have moments of ultimate power, like ripping the turret up for the first time, putting hair on my chest. I need more of that. And that shotgun. Man, this weapon is the bomb. It's so fun to use. I like taking a minute to use the visor to spot enemies in the stage. You know, you have your options, loud or quiet. What more do you need? You can either go loud or you can go quiet. And both are badass. Once you get the advanced stealth option with the energy recharge, the transition between playstyles is broken as hell. And I love that. And for the first time, it is ultimate power. The AI don't have a Scooby-Doo, and they never will. Before they can properly react, you're gone. It's brilliant. After Hargreaves announces he's self-destructing the facility, I love that his PA sacks all the staff.
Your employee duties are terminated.
Or how about when you're hanging off a bridge and a bus goes over you with a civilian in it? What were they doing on the bus? We reach our arms out like we can save them. You may as well have given them the middle finger. What were you trying to do there? So I'm just saying, I like a lot of what this game has to offer. And besides, I haven't even gone over my biggest complaint yet. What? The absolute worst thing is how many times you end up on your ass. We are the weapon, the $1 billion man, and we're on our ass more times than I can count. What is that about? It becomes a sick ongoing joke. There's a moment in the campaign where you're on your back 3 times in 10 minutes. I get that it shows determination, but sometimes it feels like it just gives the other characters something to do. The Marines find us on our ass, Gould and Terra find us on our ass. It's embarrassing. You use the suit's defibs. It's a cheap story device, or just a way to wind me up. Maybe you guys don't mind. Heck, I didn't mind the first 3 times. But when it happens 3 times in 10 minutes, I have a problem with that. Honestly, I stopped recording after Gould and Katara came to our rescue. I finished the game off camera. I had everything I needed to show. I can accept everything else this game throws at us. I just can't accept that. Crysis 2 is so far removed from its predecessor. Why did they even keep the name? You know, gamers don't like drastic change, and PC gamers don't like sequels that come to consoles. It's a stunning, streamlined experience filled with nagging characters who have no soul. A suit that never lives up to its potential, and a driving story of being knocked on your ass over and over again. I loved the best parts of Crysis 2. This just feels like Crytek going through their own midlife crisis.